I'm going to tell you the story when it snowed tortillas. This story it's about a poor woodcutter, el leñador. As I said, he was a woodcutter, so he would cut big trees down in no time. He had powerful hands and could chop up a tree into firewood and sell it in town. He would make a good money out of it. But he wasn't very smart. He wasn't very bright up here. He could not read. He could not write. But he was lucky he had a clever wife, a smart wife who was always getting him out of trouble. One time he was cutting wood up in the mountains, and before coming down the trail to his house, he found gold. He brought it back down to his wife and showed it to her, and she hid it. And she said to herself, "My husband can never keep any secrets. I must do something so he doesn't go around telling everybody that he found gold." So when he came with the gold, right after that, she told him, "Would you go down to town and bring me some flour? I need lots of flour. Bring me 100 pounds of flour." So he went down to town grumbling to himself and saying, "I work so hard all day, I come home, and now she wants me to bring flour." But he brought it home anyway and said, "Here's your flour." And the wife said, "Thank you so much. Now you can lay down to rest." He lay down on the bed and soon he fell asleep. He slept all through the evening, all through the night, and he woke up the next day. But the wife, the whole night she was making tortillas. She made a stack after a stack and after a stack, and soon the whole house was full of tortillas. So while the husband was sleeping, she went outside the house and spread the tortillas on the ground all over the place. When the husband woke up the next day, he looked out the window and said, "What's happened here? What is this?" And the wife came to the door and joined him. And she said, "My goodness, it must have snowed tortillas last night." He scratched his head. "Snow tortillas? Yeah. Well, you never heard that before?" "No, I have not." "Well, you better go to school and learn something." She dressed him up in his Sunday suit. She packed him a lunch and she sent him to school. He had to go to first grade because he didn't know how to read nor how to write. He had to squeeze in one of those little chairs the first graders had to sit in. And when the teacher asked questions, he wouldn't know the answers to any. He grew more and more embarrassed. And he quit going to school. He ran out the door and headed home and grabbed his axe and told his wife, "I'm going up to the mountain to cut some wood." She said, Okay, you go ahead and do that." The same night, the robbers who the gold belonged to, they turned up at her house and knocked on her door. "Where is the gold you found? It belongs to us." And the woman said, "Which gold are you talking about? We don't have any gold." "Your husband has been telling everyone in town that he found gold. and we are getting here to get it back. My husband always says the foolish things. Don't listen to him, he's crazy. We'll find out. We'll wait here till he comes down from the mountains. They stay around her house, cleaning their guns and cleaning their knives. And when the man came down the mountain, they grabbed him roughly by the neck and said, "Where is the gold you found?" And he scratched his head. "Gold? Oh yes, that gold. Wife, what did you do with that gold?" I told them we don't have no gold. I don't know anything about your gold. "Oh yes, you do. Remember? It was just the day before it rained tortillas. I came home with the gold, and then the next day you sent me to school." The two robbers looked at each other and said, "Did he say it's no tortillas?" And his wife sent him to school. Este pobrecito está loco. This poor guy is crazy. And the robbers took off thinking that everything the guy said was a nonsense. And so the wife and the husband got to keep the gold for themselves. The end.